student, this is one more important video on the Supreme Court judgment series of 2024. As I've already told to you that we are going to provide you a series of case laws for the year of 2024, and this is going to be the fifth judgment in which the very important ratio has been given by the Supreme Court of India. And what has been delivered in the Supreme Court judgment recently, that Supreme Court has struck down the policy of the central government about the electoral bonds. So today we are going to discuss about very important judgment of Supreme Court, and the name of this judgment is about, that is, Association of Democratic Reforms versus Union of India. So this is going to be the one of the important case law which we are going to discuss today, and that is Association of Democratic Reforms versus Union of India. What has happened in this case, as I am going to give you a brief, that in this judgment, Supreme Court 5 judges constitutional judgment headed by Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. Supreme Court has struck down many of the provisions, especially the electoral bond policy which was introduced by the central government in the year of 2018. The Supreme Court has struck down, means to say Supreme Court has said many provisions of different statute unconstitutional as per Article 19(1)(a) of Indian Constitution. So today we are going to discuss this case. So just first of all, just think about how many statutory provisions were in question in this case law. So I am giving you this detail that in the year of 2017, Parliament of India has introduced Finance Act of 2017, in which some statutory provisions were amended. The provisions were amended for the purpose of providing to facilitating especially the electoral bond policy. And what were these provisions for? That first amendment that it has introduced in this policy was that Section 29C of the Representation of People's Act, यानी RPA. तो रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ पीपल एक्ट का जो सेक्शन 29 क्लॉज सी था, इसको अमेंड किया, एंड आई विल डिस्कस विद यू दैट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ अमेंडमेंट हैज बीन इंट्रोड्यूस्ड विद दिस अमेंडमेंट. बट फर्स्टली जस्ट लुक एट द लीगल प्रोविजंस व्हिच वर अमेंडेड through this Finance Act of 2017. So as I said, the section 29C of Representation of People Act, that was the first amendment, and the second was the amendment in the Income Tax Act. Section 13A was inserted, right? So there was one more insertion, that is section 13A in the statement which says Income Tax Act. The third amendment which has been introduced by Section 182, Subclause 1 and Subclause 3 of Companies Act, that was also amended through the Finance Act 2017. So these were the important amendment which has been introduced by the Parliament of India through Finance Act of 2017, and I am going to let you know that after these amendment, the important effect was that Parliament of India has introduced a electoral bond scheme. Right, and now in this Supreme Court judgment, this electoral bond scheme was challenged as constitutional or unconstitutional as per Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution of India. So let us see what were the important provisions, what kind of changes has been made through these laws. Okay, so first of all, just go through these provisions as I am giving you, that when we talk about Section 29C of Representation of People Act. So this was the first amendment which has been introduced by the Parliament of India, कि आपने Section 29C में जो changes किए. Now think about कि से changes इन्होंने क्या किया. So earlier it was the provision कि जब भी आप डोनेशन करोगे, किसी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज को जब भी कोई डोनेशन करेगा, कोई भी पर्सन या कोई भी कंपनी विच इज अबव 20,000 रुपीज, देन प्लीज रिमेंबर इट शुड बी रिक्वायर्ड टू बी रिपोर्टेड, मीन्स टू से देयर शुड बी डिस्क्लोजर ऑफ द स्टेटमेंट. So this was the rule actually in this provision of Section 29. So basically with this law, the change has been made that the disclosure is not now necessary if the donation is made to any particular political parties through electoral bonds. So the first amendment was that if you want to donate a particular amount which is more than 20,000 rupees for any political party, but if the donation is made through electoral bond, then your information will not be disclosed. So this was the first amendment, which first change which has been introduced by this law. Now just see about, there was another important change. That change was in the Income Tax Act Section 13A. इनकम टैक्स एक्ट में सेक्शन 13A इंसर्ट किया गया, जिससे कि क्या चीज थी, दैट ऑल द सोर्सेज ऑफ द इनकम ऑफ पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज इंक्लूडिंग डोनेशन विच इज अबव 10,000 was actually required to be disclosed with the name and address of the source. बेसिकली जहां से डोनेशन आ रहा है उस सोर्स के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन को यहां डिस्क्लोज करना था. But now with this change, with this amendment, what has been done, that if the income obtained by political parties comes through the electoral bonds, it was exempted to be disclosed from this requirement. So this was another change in the income tax also. Now another important change which has been introduced by this policy, which was section 182 in the Companies Act. What has been provided earlier? Earlier it was provided that if any company is having the existence of more than 3 years, अगर कोई कंपनी 3 साल से ज़्यादा का टाइम उसका हो चुका है और अगर आपको उस कंपनी को अपनी इनकम में से कुछ भी डोनेट करना है टू एनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, तो एक कैप लगाया था एंड दैट कैप वाज नॉट मोर देन 7.5% ऑफ द टोटल इनकम. सो देयर वाज एक्चुअली अ रिस्ट्रिक्शन कि अगर किसी कंपनी को, किसी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को कोई डोनेशन देना था तो वो अपनी इनकम का सिर्फ और सिर्फ 7.5% इनकम का दे सकते थे, इससे मोर देन नहीं देना था. बट विद दिस चेंजेस, नाउ विद दिस काइंड ऑफ अमेंडमेंट, दिस कैप ऑफ मैक्सिमम ऑफ 7.5% ऑफ टोटल फंडिंग टू द पॉलिटिकल parties was taken away by amendment. It means that now the political party was free to receive and the company was free to donate even more than 7.5% of its net income. So that was another important change which has been introduced by the parliament through this Finance Act. And last one change was under section 182 clause 3 of Companies Act. What kind of changes has been done? कि any company making donation to the political parties was required to disclose the amount it has donated to each political party in its annual profit and loss statement. तो ये जो रूल था, इस रूल को भी यहाँ से हटा लिया गया. So basically if I am going to let you know in brief about these changes, that the parliament through these amendment via Finance Act 2017 has actually given that kind of rule that if any charity, any donation is made by any company to the political party, then his information, detailed information will not be disclosed by these provisions. So the person was exempted through Income Tax Act, the person was exempted even from the Representation of People Act, the person was exempted from the Companies Act. So these were the rules. Now in this judgment which I have referred here is that जो जजमेंट मैंने आपको रिफर किया अभी रिसेंटली सुप्रीम कोर्ट का, दैट इज एसोसिएशन ऑफ डेमोक्रेटिक रिफॉर्म्स वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया, इस बेसिकली यहाँ पर एक रिट पिटीशन फाइल किया गया था जिसमें ये सारे प्रोविजंस को क्वेश्चन किया गया था, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनैलिटी क्वेश्चंस थी, और ये बोला गया था दैट बेसिकली ऑल दीज अमेंडमेंट इंट्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द फाइनेंस एक्ट to facilitate this electoral bond scheme of 2018 is nothing but will promote corruption. Secondly, it was also alleged that this kind of exemption from disclosure of the information is going to violate the right of the individuals about 19(1)(a) that talks about freedom of speech and expression. So now I am giving you some brief information about the right to freedom of speech and expression under 19(1)(a), that every citizen of India is given the right to freedom of speech and expression under 19(1)(a). It also includes the expression through choosing the political party of your choice. Suppose that if any political party is funded through unlawful means and you are not allowed to know what kind of sources, to what extent the sources were provided by particular company, then it may happen that it may promote corruption. So basically ये जो चीज़ें थी questions की गई थी और we were expecting something positive in this regard. So now this is the judgment which has been referred in this 2024 and the date was 15 Feb. In the date of 15 Feb 2024, Supreme Court struck down all these provisions which I was referring here and Supreme Court ने ये बोला कि ये सारे जो amendments आपने किए हैं पार्लियामेंट ने, they are actually unconstitutional because they are actually going to violate the right of voters under article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution of India 1950. तो यहाँ पर ये जो पॉइंट्स थे वो डिस्कस किए गए. नाउ अब मैं आपको छोटा सा ब्रीफ डिस्कशन अबाउट देंगे कि इस जजमेंट में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्या डिसाइड किया और कौन से वो इम्पोर्टेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजमेंट्स थे जिनको सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कोट करते हुए ये फाइंडिंग दिया. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कौन से केसेस रेफर किए अपने आंसर्स के में वर्डिक्ट में. तो द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट जजमेंट वाज जस्टिस के.एस. पुत्तास्वामी वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया. दिस case law, this judgment was referred, has been taken on behalf of the Parliament of India. इसको सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से इसको लिया गया था and it has been actually told, referred कि जो कंपनीज हैं जो भी डोनेट कर रहा है डोनेट करने वाला पर्सन का एक राइट होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड राइट टू प्राइवेसी. As now we are very much well aware of the Justice Puttaswamy judgment, जहाँ पर right to privacy is your fundamental right. So they said that once the right to privacy is our fundamental right, so it's mean the donor is having the right not to disclose his information about so what amount he is paying to which political parties. It might be possible that any company, any individual is having the feelings, the favors to a particular ideology. So the person should not be forced to disclose his name and other information about कि वो किसको charity कर रहे हैं. This was actually taken as a defense to say that this scheme was purely constitutional in itself. तो constitutional कहने के लिए इस judgment को refer किया गया था. From another side, as I am referring here about this organization, that is Association of Democratic Reforms Union, इन्होंने अपने एक और fundamental right की बात की and that right was under Article 19(1)(a). Under Article 19(1)(a), freedom of speech and expression are protected to every citizen of your country. So 19(1)(a) is your one fundamental right and Article 21, which also includes right to privacy, was referred by the defense. So these were the two fundamental rights which has been taken together to put their own views. यहाँ पर एक आर्टिकल था आर्टिकल 21, एक आर्टिकल था 19(1)(a. इन दोनों के बीच में कॉम्प्लेक्शन ना हो because both of these two articles including under fundamental right, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इस जजमेंट को कोट किया and the name of this judgment is Sahara India Real Estate Corporation Limited versus SEBI. Right, this judgment was decided in the year of 2012 and in this judgment Supreme Court has held that once there is a confusion, there is a confliction between these two fundamental rights, then the Supreme Court in India is to decide this on the basis of proportionality test. So the test which is referred here is the proportionality test, which means when there is a complexion between two fundamental rights, then the court needs to make a balance between these two. So where shift the larger interest जहाँ पर भी शिफ्ट होगा सुप्रीम कोर्ट का वर्डिक्ट जो होगा वो उस फंडामेंटल राइट की तरफ इंक्लाइंड होगा. सो प्लीज रिमेंबर स्टूडेंट, यहाँ पर आर्टिकल 21 जो कि क्लेम किया गया था सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से in behalf of these companies who are donators actually, and another side right of voters जो कि एसोसिएशन ऑफ डेमोक्रेटिक रिफॉर्म्स ने रेज किया था. इस पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इस जजमेंट को रिफर करते हुए हार्मोनियस बैलेंस प्लस डबल प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी स्टैंडर्ड को फॉलो किया एंड लार्जर इंटरेस्ट को देखते हुए इसको सस्टेन किया. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग माई पॉइंट दैट these were the judgments which were taken together. Supreme Court has reached to the conclusion that the bond scheme, the electoral bond scheme is completely unconstitutional, right? So the finally the verdict was that in the year of 2024 सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने SBI स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया को ये डायरेक्शन दिया कि you need to disclose all the information of all the persons who have given the contribution in terms of electoral bond to any political parties. The SBI is to file the information, the detailed information including alphanumerical information. सारा इंफॉर्मेशन सोर्स का देना है और वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में सबमिट करना था. देन इट वाज टू बी गिवन टू द चीफ इंफॉर्मेशन कमिश्नर एंड बेसिकली चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर, बिकॉज if we want to have the fair election, then the responsibility is shifted to the election commission. So the Supreme Court said that it is the duty of the State Bank of India to submit all the information of all those persons who have given the contribution in terms of electoral bond should be given to the Election Commission of India within the deadline. So this was the judgment which I was referring here, and I am hoping that will surely be helpful for your examination purpose, right? Thank you so much for watching this video.